We're down to a little more than 24 hours from one of the biggest New Year's Eve parties in America, but hundreds of guests are still out of their rooms tonight.
Yeah, that mess at the Rio is still causing problems tonight. For the latest, let's check in with 13 Action News reporter Tom George.
Yeah, well, Carla and Steve, the Rio is doing everything they can to try and do electrical tests and get the power back on as quickly as possible. But even in the best case scenario, only the top of the first 20 floors would be back on, and anything above that would still be closed with New Year's fast approaching.
At least we have a roof over our head for the next couple days.
Larry Boyle and his wife from Seattle trying to look on the bright side. They were supposed to check into the Rio for a New Year's getaway. Instead, they were greeted by fire crews surrounding the Masquerade Tower.
The taxi driver
the temperatures
even
dropped
and
down.
asked, where do we go? And they said, drop them off in the parking lot and let them wait.
After waiting for hours, they finally got a room at the other tower at the Rio, but it wasn't the same as the suite they'd planned on to watch the fireworks.
It did give us a strip view from the other tower, but it's a much smaller room and not the amenities that we were expecting.
They're just two out of hundreds of disappointed guests having to move this New Year's weekend.
They expected to stay in the Masquerade Tower in Rio, and some of them are being told that may not be possible, so naturally they're frustrated.
Luckily, the Rio was able to move guests from 900 rooms to other Caesars properties, some getting an upgrade to places like Caesars Palace.
I didn't mind the moving, because I was much better.
The outages also hurt New Year's plans. The Rio forced to move their fireworks command center to the garage and closed off restaurants and lounges where people plan to celebrate.
Obviously, the guests who were planning to be up at the Voodoo Lounge for the party there, we're working on alternatives for them, and they'll be told how that will go.
But for some, the damage is done. The Boyles, no longer Rio regulars.
And my wife is saying we may not come back to the Rio anymore. It's just 2 fires in 2 days is not a good thing.
Now, right now, the Rio doesn't have an exact dollar amount that they're losing, but if you factor in all 900 rooms in that tower, plus things like restaurants and gaming, that's pushing 6 figures every single day that this continues. Reporting live, Tom George, 13 Action News.
All right.